I love that intro. Good morning. Good to see everybody. I started a little bit early. Sorry about last Saturday. Just got too busy, still busy. So I'm starting a little bit early and we're going to just jump right into this maintenance stream. Cecil is going to be lurking. He's checking out the game day again. Hey, sweet Polly. Good to see you, buddy. I'm going to talk to you as we go. I do have another view. I did get my utility sink. My water lines ran. Utility sink's up and running. I had some issues getting it draining properly, but I got it done. This is what I do. I've been fixing stuff, working on stuff, building stuff. I'm an all-in-one kind of dude. I just get her done. So Polly will be in and out as well, taking a shower. All right, appreciate you, Branton. I'm going to get busy. These tanks are a mess. The last maintenance I did was on 10/4. It is due. I got algae everywhere. I got clogged pre-filters. I got some, and we're going to do water changes. We're going to get every one of these tanks done in this live stream. We're going to do it together, and I'm going to chat with you. So let's bring up the other view. You can see the new utility sink here. Got a nice big one that serves not only me, but my wife as well for cleaning her bird cage, giving her bird water, things like that. You can see I took the sprayer to a garden hose and hooked it right to a Y adapter. I customized this for the fish room well. That system feeds all the PVC plumbing that I did in here where I got the faucet to each tank, but now it's inside. I can adjust the temperature. I can clean my filters in there. It drains really good. Oh, which reminds me, I need to go out and take the little screen off or it'll clog and back up. So I'll have to go out front real quick and pull that off. But that sprayer is strong. It does really good for cleaning out pre-filters. Hey, Jody P, good morning. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Hey, Vinoski. So let me go out front, pull that off, and get to work. And it's really easy to babysit chat here. You're probably going to hear my bird at times. She's not happy this morning about the camera. Nice. So with the pipe that drains outside from this sink here, it's open. So I made a DIY screen to keep critters out. And unfortunately, because of the algae, the hair algae, whatever comes off, it clogs it off and backs the drain up and starts spilling back out into the sink. So I had to pull that off real quick. On another note, I have been eating healthier, eating less, lots of vegetables, ground turkey, whole grain bread, less portions, working out. I made this little DIY bench, as you can see here. Treadmill every day, doing this stuff every day. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling lighter. Pretty soon I'm going to be doing an OnlyFins on here and get on that Florina train. So I'll do water changes with my shirt off and all the ladies are going to come watch. Make more money. That's the plan there. So I can, be like that. Things like that. USA. Hey, Jesse, let me know what you got on them. Savini. You got my number now. We'll talk about it. But let's get to work. Got a lot of work to do because when I'm done with this, I got a lot more work to do. Things are continuing. Things are changing. Things are getting better. And I got to go. I got my coffee. Probably have more Jody P this morning. Daisy Dukes. Who's Daisy Dukes? Let's get to work. We're going to start. It's hard. The Oscar tank, you can't really see it. It's the only tank in here that's pretty much blocked besides these one beside me. Just sent me Damon's. They sent me. Oh man. She doubts that. That's all right. There's really no rush, Jesse. Jesse too, because I got a lot going on. You like to get the fish in, keep them for 2-3 weeks, make sure they're healthy and all that. When you get them, message me. When you're ready, let me know. We'll be good to go. Don't worry. There's no rush, because I need to kind of move some fish around anyways. They're most likely going to go when you get them here in that 125 right there. There's nothing in there but angelfish, a couple pictus cats, some glowfish that I saved in the community, rescued them. There is one Mabuna in there, but he's cool. He's chill. Other than that, there's some black skirt tetras, 2 of those, and that's it. There's nothing in there. It'll be a perfect tank for them to grow up in, but it's dark, as you can see. I've got some trimming to do. I got some algae to get off the glass, algae to get off the lids. And I think they'll be a really good tank for them to get bigger in and grow up in. And once they do get larger, all of them are going to go right to this 375. That's cool. Like I said, no problems. And let me know if the audio and the visual is good. So, well, I talk in about you and Daisy Dukes. I talk in about you and Daisy Duke. Right. Yeah, I'll put the Daisy Dukes on. As you can see, slimming down, building that muscle back up, getting back up where I used to be. I was at 195 pounds. I am 5'7". I was eating like shit, getting lazy, as we all do later on in life, but it's just lazy bullcrap. And I wasn't happy with myself. 195 pounds, I could feel it in here. You know, when men put on weight, you usually get it here. We get it right here in the belly. And 195 pounds is crap. I usually weigh 180 pounds my entire life. Now I'm back down to 185 pounds. So if you look it up, the BMI, body mass index for each person, give your gender, your age, and all these things, they recommend I should be 155 pounds. Talk to my doctor about it too. 155 pounds to me is blasphemy. I would look sickly. I would look like a sick, weak little man. And believe it or not, I used to be heavy into lifting weights. It was like the biggest thing years ago. My goal was always to bench press 300 pounds. I was going to school. I got my associate's degree in electrical, and I was going to a trade school for that in Pennsylvania called Triangle Tech. And I graduated. I got it. And during that time, I was working at Sears for like $5 an hour. Getting home at midnight, I would work out as much as I could. Then I had to turn around and be at school at 8 in the morning. That's how motivated I was. I finally was saying, okay, it's time to see what my max bench is. Weight bench was literally in my kitchen in the small apartment I lived in. Had my buddy come over. He spotted me, and I did push 295 pounds. I never did hit my 300-pound mark because I had to graduate, pack up. Then I was looking for jobs, and the workout thing kind of went on the wayside. But for 295 pounds for a guy that's 5'7", I'm like Mighty Mouse. I'm pretty dang strong for my size, but I've gotten weaker over the years. I'm 43, going to be 44 March 5th. But there is no excuse. That's not an excuse. We can still strengthen our muscles. We can still eat better, feel better about ourselves, and that's what I'm doing. And we're going to get back into it. I didn't want to buy a bench. I literally made one out of wood concrete blocks and glued some foam to the board. And as you can see, I got some dumbbells there. And I like free weights a lot. I like dumbbells, because when you're using dumbbells, you have to use those stabilizer muscles the whole time. You do with a bar too. But the whole time you're lifting, you're going to really, and you can get a lot more. So I'm doing all the exercises. Things are doing great. Polly says the BMI also says on NFL linebacker is obese. Right. Exactly. So feeling good about myself. I got more energy. And I'm going to continue doing that. I want to get to at least, and of course, you know, when you're building muscle weighs more than fat. So, you know, I'm not worried about a number on a scale. I'm worried about looking good, feeling good, less body fat. And that's what we're at. I could drop to 180 pounds because I'm building muscle. I might be 190 in muscle weight. So I'm not worried about anything like that. It's just all about getting healthier, not being lazy, any of those things. It's ridiculous, and there's no excuse for it. So get back to it. But enough of that. Let's get to work. Got a lot of work to do. Appreciate you guys being here, and I'm gonna chat with you. We've done this before. You know how it goes. Get his phone out of my pocket. I did lose my Bala shark. No idea why. He was in here in this 75. And when I found him, he was upside down under a rock. Pulled him out. Physically, nothing wrong. Didn't have any diseases. He just straight died, and I don't understand why. So I was bummed out about that. Branton, the Monstera is doing fantastic. Let's go ahead and start with this. You're not going to see me, but I'll come up and check on you guys. This 125-gallon Oscar tank here. We've got to do some algae scraping. With this tank here, all I'm going to have to do is scrape some algae off the glass and do a water change and clean the pre-filters. It's going to take a little longer to do maintenance. There it is. This time, because I do have to clean pre-filters. I did clean 2 pre-filters. Was it last Sunday or something like that? Or Monday? I sprayed off 2 of them because they were really affecting the canister filter. This was one of them on this tank. Up here, the babies are looking great from the parrotfish and the convict. It's so dark in here even with the light on because I got all this duckweed up. We need to get some of this duckweed out. We need to clean that glass off. The parrotfish, I'm looking at them right here, seems to be recovering. I told you about that. Looking good. Excuse me. I did put her in this 29-gallon heavily planted tank, treated with API fungus cure because you know that convict, if you remember, beat her up. I'm going to tell you, I have always used the API powder meds, and I've got to say, I am having better results using the liquid. This is literally the first time I've used API's liquids. This stuff turns the water hellacious green, but it goes away. It cured that fish. In 2 days, that big clump of fungus on the wound was gone. And I was supposed to do a water change after the 2nd dose on Thursday, and I never did it. And the water's cleared up, and this is the first time I've actually seen this parrotfish come out of hiding and come up to the glass, and wow. So feeling better. So this seems, in my experience so far, this seems to work better than the powder meds. So we got, hey Pete, good to see you, buddy. Benoski's in, good to see you. Good to see you guys. So let me know your thoughts. Have you guys had better luck with the liquid meds or the powders? Yeah, we're gonna, and you guys know, I did, so like I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, I did finally install the utility sink. It's running. I can now send temperature adjusted water to my system in here, because as it's getting colder here, the hose outside just ain't going to work. I've had that hose freeze up with ice, block the flow, and having a utility sink is just super nice for a lot of things. Cleaning filters out. I can take my whole canister filter over to that thing now. I got a grate, a stainless steel mesh that I'll put over one side and set the canister filter on, drain it, and it's going to be so nice for a lot of things. I've wanted to do that a long time ago, but now it's done. My wife did the research. She found the really nice utility sink. You can see it on the camera there. They have a guy who was showing it as a review, and he put like a 90-pound dog in there and bathed them outside, and it held up. And we're seeing that to be true. It is pretty solid. It's a pretty solid sink. It's big. We got lots of room to work in it. I have customized it for my needs, as you can see on the camera. I've got the Python hooked there. On the other side, I just screwed in a garden hose sprayer that's got a very strong flow, because cleaning these pre-filters out, I have to have something that is strong to really blast all the crap out. And that thing does the trick right there. If you look around the backside and the other side of that utility sink, you will see where we had purchased some plexiglass. And I cut it down and we made a backsplash all around it as well. We already had it here for another project we were using it for in our bathrooms. So we got a cat in he stays in me and the wife's bedroom. And his litter box is in the bathroom. It's between the vanity and the toilet. Well, he makes a mess. And he was literally, with the old vanity, he had crap sprayed. When I say crap, it was just like gray wet litter or whatever from shaking his paws off. He would shake and it got all over the vanity and just kind of ruined it. So I made a backsplash that protects the new vanity and the toilet and the back wall. And it's easy to wipe clean. So we got all that taken care of too. That's why we had extra pieces to do the backsplash for that utility sink. Yeah, these guys are due for some maintenance. My tanks are a mess. I want to get another excuse me. I want to get another Fluval 407 to run this 60-gallon or 65-gallon convict tank, because I want this hanging the back on. I'd like to get another FX6 to run that Mabuna tank and get rid of those canister filters. And then the only other hanging the back I have running is this one here on this 75. That's a secondary filter to the FX4. I hate them. Hate them, I hate them, I hate them. So let's get so now I no longer have a garden hose coming through this back door, as you guys seen in the past, because I got the utility sink now. The only thing that I have running out of this door now is the pump that drains the tanks. I considered, excuse me a minute. I considered eliminating that too and running this drain right to the utility tub. We're draining, people. Now, right here behind this door, when I built this wall, I drilled a hole and put the Python hose through there. This hose now, so now that I'm hooked up to the utility sink, it comes from the sink into here, and then I have a straight hose with no connections because I didn't want any leaks behind the tanks. It runs all the way back behind the aquariums. And I don't know if you can see that blue hose going up, but then it goes over there and connects into my PVC pipe system. Well, it comes up, over, down, and then it fills up water all around, bringing me water to each faucet at each aquarium. I had a leak here. The connections were a little bit loose, so I'm going to go turn this on and send water to the system as soon as I get it nice and temperature acclimated, and make sure I don't have any leaks there while that tank is draining. Brent, don't use water additives. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, buddy. I'll get caught up on chat. When Tim comes in, he'll send me some stop signs. Morning, all. Rub my eyes. Good to see you, Scotty. Morning to you, sir. Well, let's go ahead and get this water temperature acclimated. Bye, Skeets. What do we got here? Can't have Speedy. Sheets. Installed a light right here, as you can see. So close. It does take a minute for the hot water to get out here because it's running from about the middle of the house. I did all this work myself. Don't need to pay anybody to do something I can do. Feels like a good temperature right there. Now I will say that the garden hose is going to would have provided a lot more pressure than this will. Well, let's send the water. Sure, we don't have any leaks over here. Calm yourself. Yeah, that is still leaking. Why? Hold on a minute. Jesus. Pull that water back a little bit. Don't understand why that's leaking. The seals are in there. I have a little container here. It's leaking out of this one. Valve here. Shut that valve off. Got to keep an eye on that water draining. I need more play here. Come on, man. Oh, this is irritating. Okay. So this end of things is good. I need to pull this. Get a little more slack out of that hose. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, the water's getting dark in the tanks, and that should be pretty good. One thing we can do is you guys know how these seals work in these Python connections. I'm gonna pull that seal out and flip it around. See if that helps. And I do have new seals stored here as well. If I have to, I can put a new one in it. We're gonna flip that around. Let's put this back together. It's such a tight workspace here. I'm gonna go ahead and have a pair of pliers so I can get some tighter turns on this. Make sure we get a good seal here. Okay, now let's see what happens again. About almost halfway draining. Let's see if that fixes the leak.
And this thing's cool because it comes with these little things here. Toothbrush. All right, let's fix the leak. Looks like that did it, guys. Just that seal needed to be turned around. Yeah, no sense in putting a new seal in. You just turn the old one around and get more use out of it. And I just turned that valve. We now have water running all around the fish room to each aquarium. We're about halfway drained on that. So what I was saying earlier, you get a lot more pressure on a garden hose. So I played with this a little bit already. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to fill a tank up. We're going to test it right now with this 125. We are probably halfway, a little over halfway drained. I'm going to go ahead and stop and fill and see what happens. Hey, Whip, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Nice thing about my setup in this garage here is you can see everything. I don't need multiple cameras except for when I'm at the utility sink. Let's go ahead and stop draining this. Get my little Lowe's bucket. But before we start filling,
Well, we can fill.
I need to pull this pre-filler off. Well, it shouldn't need cleaned. I just did it.
Let's add our prime. We've scraped the glass.
All right, let's fill. And that is a nice temperature coming out of there. Something I didn't get before when using the garden hose. Real nice. So while this tank is filling, we're going to go ahead. Come over here to the Mbuna tank. And this is another thing I hate about having hanging the back doors. You got to unplug them when you're doing water changes. Let's unplug this one. This is the FX6. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Damn it, I dropped it. God. This is the other HOB. Yeah, and they knocked the power head off down there. Or they didn't knock it off. It's just came off. Mbunas, of course, are still pounding out the babies. I do have some crap I got to suck out of this tank here. So let's go ahead and stop this for a moment. I have got some more organization to do. This tote is in the way. Hey, Stan, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out with me this morning here. Jesse, put the hang of the backs on a power strip. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Put them all. They are all on power strips. But the problem is, Whip, sometimes I got things I can't unplug, like a light. I don't want to unplug the light when I just hit the switch. But I see what you're saying. Put all the hanging backs on their separate strip. But that's a fantastic idea. Boom, you don't have to unplug it. One button turns them all off. Getting ahead of myself and get too much in a hurry here. Come on. Just go. Just go. This hose is too long. I gotta cut this down. I like to keep a handy dandy cutting board in my workstation, like right here, so you can cut things and not have to worry about damaging any surfaces. There. Let's try that again. Now we're cooking with bacon grease. Get all this crap out of here. There's a lot of junk built up right there. This albino Oscar in this aquarium has a hard time seeing. Like I've noticed that. And so when I feed, I have to make sure he eats. Of course, there's another Oscar in here that has no problem seeing. So I got to put enough food in here so I know that albino will come over and I make sure he's eating. So, but because of that, you have to tend to put in more wafers than needed, and they don't always all get eaten up. We'll see. Mr. Milo here is in a good mood today and going to let me do what I got to do. Yeah, that stinks. That is stinky. I wish these Oscars would eat more duck meat. Be honest with you. So I've talked about it before, but in this PVC system that carries my water, I did have a few leaks. One's there that I didn't notice before. So what I'm going to do, they're just drips. They're not bad leaks. Oh, this is squirting water out over here. That ain't good. Let me shut the... I got to open that up. Spraying up in water. God, these are the things I've got to watch for. Relieve the pressure while I'm doing this. There's more plans we're working on and getting the bird out of there and back in the house. And if that happens, I'm going to be able to cut the leaks out of this and prime and glue them properly so I don't have any leaks in here. But as for the, like when you got the water on and you're running the pressure at the fill valve with Python, I had a leak squirting out of there. I have Teflon taped. I have used new seals. You name it. So I can't have it sitting there squirting water the whole time. These guys here also, well, these guys didn't do it. I accidentally broke the metal lid on this tank, so I had to cut a piece of acrylic. It's temporary. Oh shit! Dropped the tank. God, this thing sucks. That could have been bad. Hurt anybody? I think we're good. All right. Be quiet, sweet. We'll continue on here. Where is he at? Got water in my mouth. Okay, he went in his log. Seems to be a little cooperative today. That's good. I'm gonna clean out all this garbage. The left side of the tank is fine. It was just the middle and the right side. Got some crap on top of the log we can get off. I'd say that's pretty decent. Let's go ahead and continue filling. Oh. So got some kinks to work out. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Keep it down, geeks. Keep it down. And we're back to filling that tank. What do with my towel? Where'd I set my towel? Yeah, right here. God. So now that we're refilling this one, these are unplugged. Let's go ahead and drain the 125 after the cyclic tank. And what I like to do too is while this one's filling and the water level's low, I take this cup because I do use the Cichlid Lake salt. So I like to put some fresh tap water in a cup. I'll add just a very tiny little bit of prime and then the salt. The longer it disintegrates prior, the better. Got my tools up here. This is 3/4 of a teaspoon per 10 gallons of water. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 gallons. I usually only dose for about 50 gallons, but we'll add an extra. And half of 125 is 50, or sorry, half of 100 is 50. So I'm not really taking too much more than that out. And then we take the magical red wooden spoon and stir it up. So while this tank is filling, this one is draining, and this is the points I get to. Let me check in here real quick. Yeah, it works great as long as there's no back build up pressure. You just see I'm somewhat awake and trying to catch you live. Well, that's okay. I appreciate you. Stan, it's like sucking 40 plus gallons of water. Get caught up on chat. Just remember to flip back on. Right. Let me know you guys can hear me okay as I'm walking around yabbering to myself. But that's a nice big old utility sink. Really impressed with it. It is strong. That acrylic lid cut me a little bit. So this garage is my fish cave / man cave, and I'm about to let me explain that a little bit. So I built this room off my garage. So I didn't actually have a single stall garage. I had a little bit more in that. Over here, there's a bump out where you can see that sink, and that's where our Quaker parrot is. Now we want to go ahead and get her set up back in the house. So what I'm going to actually do, I have a big dining room, and my plan is to divide that dining room right down the middle, and it's going to be an aviary. We're going to have the Quaker parrot on one side and the cockatiel on the other. That's going to give me this space back where I can do my exercise workout equipment. I'm going to put a couple tanks in there, and I plan to remove my streaming area over there as well. So I'll get space back in here, and it'll be a nice little setup. That also allows for me to get my bird, the cockatiel, my little buddy, out of my daughter's room, and my daughter can do what she needs to do in there and not have to worry about keeping the bird safe and things like that. So I'm going to get space back. She's going to get space back. My wife's going to be happy because she wants to get the bird back in the house. So around here, once or twice a year, the military goes around and they burn all the underbrush in the woods, especially behind the house here. And whether the neighbors are burning or whatever the case is, for whatever reason, if it's real thick, the smoke can get in this garage. You can't see it unless you blow something at it or smoke or whatever, but you can definitely smell it. And if you don't know anything about birds, they have very sensitive respiratory systems, and that bird cannot be around smoke, or harsh smells or anything like that. So 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it was Thursday or Friday. It was Friday morning. My wife woke me up. Someone was burning. It smelled like smoke in here. And so we had to move her out. This has happened 3 or 4 times. We're sick of it. We want her to be safe. I have put one of those thresholds under my garage door. put all new seals all around it. The back door there is sealed. The smoke still gets in. It doesn't get into the house, but it does seem to get in the garage. We're tired of it. So we're going to move her back in there, get her back into the house. And then I'll probably keep this wall here and just make that a separate space over there. But that is the next coming plans for the fish room. We're going to go ahead and drain this down about halfway or so. And the tanks are definitely filling slower than from being on the garden hose. I haven't decided if I like the stream yet. I'm still on the fence. If I like this stream. You don't like maintenance streams yet, Whip? Hey, Jose, good to see you, buddy. Love the large utility sink. Did not know they made one this large. Used to see in standard. Yeah, no, we got a big one. We need a big one. If we wanted to, we could bathe our dogs in that. Well, love you too, Whip. Yeah, I'm killing two birds with one stone here. We're doing a maintenance stream and I'm gonna talk to you guys at the same time. Because I got so much crap going on around this house. I've got to do both these at the same time. This maintenance needed done. I missed you guys last Saturday. Had to cancel that at the last minute. But it's funny, if you cancel a stream through StreamYard, because we're live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. If you cancel a live stream, YouTube, if you cancel it through StreamYard, it's showing that it's still going to happen on YouTube. You have to go into YouTube and cancel it there too. And that's what happened last Saturday. I canceled it through StreamYard, but never did it through YouTube. And that's why you guys thought I was still going live. That's a little bit warm. I need to bring the hot water down. It's all right, Skeets. On the Bermuda tank, I also have some pre-filters to pull off and clean. We're going to do that at the chili sink at the same time. So, you know, I don't always have to do this. If I can just pull water out and fill up, I can get all these tanks done in an hour. But, however, this time it's going to take longer because I've got to clean these pre-filters too. Let's go with that. Now, the idea when I was setting this up is so I could simultaneously fill too, but I have discovered I don't have enough. I can't. I don't have enough pressure or whatever. There is a couple tanks I can fill at the same time, but mostly I cannot. I've actually filled 3 at one time, but it's a slow trickle. Not a trickle, but it takes longer. But it don't matter. If you can put a little bit of water in 3 tanks as opposed to a lot in 1, you're actually going to save time filling tanks. Wonder how long it takes to get the adjustment out here. Yeah, that's cooler. All right. What did I do? I got this pre-filter here on the concrete floor, so I don't have to worry about. I can just set the dang pump right on the floor. Oh, come here. Oh, I lost it. This is Aquarium Co-op pre-filters, of course, large sponge. And you're going to see here. Now, I don't know what kind of pressure I have. We're going to see. Yeah, not very much. But it is cleaning it out. And the nice thing about this setup here, Whip, is this sink is not a part of my house plumbing. It drains right outside the house here. So if sand gets in here, I don't have to worry about it. So on a normal basis, I would not be trying to clean sponge filters and do water changes at the same time. I would do this separately at different times. That way I have more pressure to clean these filters off. Plus I don't have to do I can also come over here and use my wife's while that's doing its thing over there. I did install 2 separate faucets, as you can see on the thing. My wife for doing her bird cages and filling up her birds' water, cleaning her cages. And the one here is obviously for me. This has Skeech. Have you tried Amy? Other brands are pretty. No, I'm not loyal to Aquarium Co-op. This is the first time actually trying them with Top Fin, the square ones from PetSmart is what I was using for the longest time, but they clog up weekly. These don't clog as much. Like I get away with 3 weeks to a month with these as opposed to 1 week with the Top Fin. Now the Top Fin's obviously, because it's not as quartz, it's going to stop more. I'm curious as to my next canister filter maintenance, how much sand is in there. I don't think this is going to stop all the sand, and that was the biggest thing for me of using these. The only reason why I use pre-filters is to keep sand out of my canisters. So we're gonna bust one open and see if there's any sand in there. These Co-op ones are out. I'd rather clean a sponge filter weekly than have sand get in my canister filters and ruin a impeller. I've seen it. No, I've always had it P-tag. But I do have it. But it's the only thing I use. And you know, StreamYard's coming out with a lot of cool stuff. Like you can like edit videos, edit shorts. They got a teleprompter now. StreamYard, in my opinion, given enough time, is going to be the only thing that you will need to use for YouTube. After this stream, I can literally have StreamYard use their AI platform and cut out segments of my stream to post as a short. And if you guys haven't tried that yet, it's really cool. You can set it to private and play with it even further if you want. I have been using Filmora for videos and things like that, but with everything going on, I'm gonna start picking up more hours at work again. I used to religiously work 50 to 55 hours. For a long while, I've been doing just straight 40, maybe 42, 45 hours. Just, excuse me. Just because I have so much stuff going on at the house for the last several months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, really. It's been, I just need to get 40 hours and go home, which I don't have a problem with because I really don't want to have to work more than 40 hours a week. But hey, it's more money when you do it. But I'm gonna consider putting some more hours in at work. So having one thing like StreamYard, if I can do my live streams, make shorts, edit videos through just one thing, I'll be doing it. And I really do like StreamYard in the first place. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, they got teleprompter now. You can edit shorts from your stream. It sends it right to your channel. Easy peasy. This is the pre-filter for the FX6. If you're going to play with it, you best do it in private. Yeah, solid advice. Definitely do it in private, Whip. If you're going to play with it. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Whip. You can see the filth. I don't know if you guys can see it coming off of that Aquarium Co-op sponge. Wow, it is pretty well packed full of crap. Look at that. These Mbunas are dirty when you get this many, too. And let me know if you guys can hear me talking while I'm doing this, all this water running and stuff. Because this is my first time doing it with a silly thing. Keep it down, bud. Oh, calm yourself. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's all right. Yeah, this thing. Cool. Sorry about bird, guys. This could be another reason why I can do this without the. He hates change. Cool. Of course, I have left. Hey, shut up! I'm a freaking god. Fucking bird. Can hear you pretty good. Current whip's doing 60, 70. That's a lot of work, man. Sorry if I missed comments too, guys. Appreciate you, Tim. Keep it down. Wow, whip, it ain't worth it, man. Especially avoid 60 hours. I mean, you might be in a little bit of a different situation than me, but 55, 60 hours a week, you come home, there's no time for nothing, man. And, life's too short. I got my daughter, I got my wife, I don't want years to go by. Next thing I know, I turn around, my daughter's 18 years old and she's out of the house. And where was daddy? Oh, he was at work. Type of thing for me. Okay, the other one I didn't put a pre-filter on. This one's finally just about getting done being filled up. So it does take, it's good. This utility sink is going to slow me down for doing water changes for sure. For sure. And we're going to have all these tanks. This stream isn't ending until all these tanks are done. So let's go ahead and erase this. I always keep track. These tanks need some friggin' love. What is today? Today is 10/25. Hey Wally, good to see you, buddy. Your friend from Africa. Well, I've missed another live stream. My brothers were visiting. Been tough a few weeks, but that's okay. I had to cancel last Saturday. Hey Roy. Hey Peplin. Good to see you guys. I canceled last Saturday because I was busy as well. So 10/25. I have this Friday coming off. I always take Halloween off. So I only have a 4-day week. Yeah, the hose fills the tank so much better. I think, not that I want to. I ain't gonna do that. It's too much of messing around. This is the way it's gonna be. Do they make I wonder if they make like a pump that I could put in line, a small pump. I don't want nothing. I don't want too much pressure out here. But I'm wondering if they make a small pump I can put in line to kick the water up a little faster. What do you guys think? I think they do. Come on, man. This is taking forever. Utility sinks are great. And we got a good temperature here, too. Utility sinks are great. But you are not going to beat a hose when filling. And I don't care if we go a little longer. I skipped yesterday. And so we got to get this tank maintenance done. Female parrotfish. I talked about this a little earlier. Got beat up from the convict. They had convict babies between the tiger polar blue parrot and the convict. recovering well. So good news on that. I did lose my Bala shark for some reason. I had him in there. He was dead under, upside down under that DIY cave. Pulled him out. No signs of damage, no signs of sickness. He just straight died, and I was bummed out about that because I was growing him out for the 375. I think going forward, if I get a Bala shark, I'm going to get him bigger. So I can just put him in this tank, let him chill, keep an eye on him. And then I'm also growing 4 clown loaches out over there for the 375. I would say that's good. Let's go ahead and throw some prime over here. Turn the valve on. Turn this one off. We are now filling the babooner tank. And I've already got salt, Cichlid Lake salt here to put in. I swear to God, this stuff never fully disintegrates in a cup. I'm not going to get to it today, but I need to go around, take all these lids off and clean them as well. All right, let's get this chemistry filter going. Could use. We'll do that too. I need to get this power head running, but I think I need to clean it. The Fluval C power heads, the CP1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, I like them. But the suction cups, they always fall off. They're failing all the time. They always fall. So this Higer power head that they sent me, I did a video on. It's doing great. It's a trooper, and it's magnetized. I'm about ready to get all these power heads out of here and just go get Higer's power heads. I am impressed. That is one product Higer sent me that I'm very impressed with. Their power heads work fantastic. They got wave modes, all these things, and it is doing good. It's still running strong. I'm currently running a Higer product right now. I'm working on a video on they sent me. So I'm doing that too. Garcia's in. Good to see you, buddy. I got nothing to live for but money. Daughter's moved out, so I'm passed through the bill. Might as well work while I still can. Oh, yeah, I got you. Everyone's situation is different. I knew that about you, Whip. Peppa says, what size connecting hose do you have from the wall to the faucet? Small diameter hose will limit the water flow. So what we're running, Peplin, is PEX. I use PEX and crimp fittings, not the quick connects. Do not use SharkBite quick connects. One, those fittings are ridiculously expensive, and two, they always eventually leak. You want to get the crimp set up. I think it's 3/4. I think it's 3/4 inch PEX. So 3/4 inch PEX is plenty. Your average, it's either 3/4 or 1/2 inch. It might be half Peplin, but either way, that is your average hose that's run water lines in your house. It's always going to be 1/2 inch and 3/4. I believe the standard for all the water lines in your house is 1/2 inch. How'd you get a large diameter foot? Yeah, I hear you. I'm not going to do that now. That wasn't easy getting up in that attic and running those lines over there. And I had to literally drill holes to find the area that's behind the wall where they needed to come out. Got it all done. It was a pain in the butt. You're not talking in the walls all the way to the faucet. So from the walls to the faucet is the steel braided 1/2 inch lines. You just kind of like you see on your washing machine. The faucets came with some already, like that fancy black one you see in there. It came with ones built in. I couldn't change that. The ones that I got running, the same thing. It's just steel braided water lines. All my lines are 1/2 inch. I wish they were much larger to give more pressure. Yeah, 3/4 is plenty. But here's the thing: you still got to adapt it down because all your faucets aren't going to accept anything. Like there's some out there that are 3/4, but to find a faucet that you can just go to the store and buy that's going to take 3/4 or 1 inch, you're going to have to adapt that to make it work. So at the end of the day, you're still adapting it down. If you're not using a faucet or something different, well, that's different. Guys might have a DIY PVC thing where you can do whatever the hell you want. You could tap into that line and come up to 1 inch water lines with PVC if you want, mount it to the sink. The faucet and the braided line is what kills you. Yeah, exactly, Peplin. We had bought one of those WaterSense faucets a while back when I had to go from my main bathroom, and it was terrible. This faucet here, I ensured was not WaterSense. It does 4 gallons per minute, which is high on a faucet. The WaterSense ones are like 1.5 gallons per minute or 2. This one's 4. And it does have a lot of pressure. But you are right. The hoses and the faucet is what's bringing me down. But what can you do? I needed a faucet that I could hook my fill valve to for the Python. So I got the biggest one I could get. And I can't take the screen out because the screen in this faucet is also your seal. If you take it out, you get a leak. So I have to have that screen / gasket in there because anything you can take out to restrict flow is the better. But it did not work out for me that way. But I don't want to complain too much. I mean, I got to wait a little bit longer to fill. I got to deal with it. You see, here I am getting ahead of myself again. I forgot to scrape the glass. But yeah, you guys are 100% right for sure. But I'm working with what I can do, what I got. I can't complain now. I got this utility sink and I can do these water changes and adjust the temperature again. In the summertime, I could still go back to the hose, but then to do that, you have a hose running across the yard to the back door to get in here. But you do get lots of unregulated pressure. But the other thing I can do, guys, is not do such a big water change. Do them a little bit more frequently. So I can pull out 25%. And if I did that weekly or bi-weekly, pulled out 25% filled, it wouldn't take no long time at all to drain these tanks and refill them. I'm doing a little bit larger water changes today on these tanks because they need it. But the plan going forward is to do less percentage more frequently. So it's not such a chore and don't take as long to fill. All I can do is adjust with the tools that I have. And that's what we'll do. And it'll be good. As long as you do the water changes is all that matters. You either do a higher percent less often or a lower percent more often. And that water temperature is still rocking good. The next tank we're going to go to is this 125. The pothos are taking over, baby. I got these lids so they just slide back like this. Duckweed's going to have to be pulled again and put in a bucket. Frickin' duckweed. The angelfish behind me here in this 75-gallon tank absolutely hate my magnetic algae scrapers. It freaks them out. They are not fans. So I got to go slow and easy or they'll freak out and run into crap. I was going to, guys, as you guys know, that the flipper, the magnetic algae flippers are my favorite. The flipper brand. I've got several. I got one. I got the Max. It's got a really strong magnet, and I use the felt end. That's for the 375 because it's got such thick panels. For all my other tanks, all the 125s, I got the regular flipper float. It does a real good job. I just keep moving it around with me because these things are expensive. My sister bought me the Max, and that thing was like $80. This one I purchased, and it was like 50 bucks. And I got a couple nanos. So I just take this one around to all tanks. I do have some mag floats and sitting in some of these aquariums when I don't feel like transferring it from one tank to the other. I got some more stubborn algae down here. I'm going to have to take this too. The one good thing about it taking a little bit longer to fill is it gives me time to do crap like this. I mean, normally I'm not in a rush to do this anyway. Well, who am I kidding? I'm always in a rush. But it's good to slow down. I do enjoy doing maintenance on these aquariums. Boy, I'm going to have to take this a step up. When I get real stubborn algae, I go to the pot scrubbers. And it lights them up. You can see them. And I have an easier time getting stubborn algae off using these pot scrubbers. I've talked about these pot scrubbers for cleaning algae in the past. Works really good. The 29 gallon to your guys' left, you can't see. I have to, for some reason, the algae in there gets real stubborn. And I have to use these pot scrubbers and do it by hand. And I'm getting a couple spots in here with this green algae that's real stubborn. My tanks look natural. That's how I word it. My tanks are natural. They ain't pretty. They're not pretty like a lot of you guys has got some beautiful tanks. Beautiful setups. Haven't been online a lot lately. I haven't been able to make videos. Had to cancel last Saturday's live stream. Just been busy around the house getting things taken care of. And couple that with work, it's hard to do it all. Boy, this stuff. Pot scrubber will get it though. They're rough. And no, I've never had it scratch glass. I was talking about this a while back, using pot scrubbers to clean your glass. And someone said, doesn't it scratch it? Nope. Now, I would not take a pot scrubber to my acrylic 375, but I'll take them to a glass tank all day. A little harder working. Forearms get tired. But it's just like washing your car. If you're going to take your car to a power automatic car wash, what's going to get cleaner? If you do it by hand or you take it to one of those automatic places. When you do it by hand, it gets cleaner and better looking all day long. So same with working out. You can take all the supplements and drink all the goop and in the world that you want to do, but really the best way to lose weight and build muscles is put the hard work in. Nothing will ever change that. All the technology we can have in the world, you can put those electric things on your stomach that send pulses to work your muscles out, so you can just sit on the couch, watch TV. It's never going to be as good as getting on the floor and doing some sit-ups and crunches. Never, ever. Hard work will never be replaced. It can be replaced, but the product ain't going to be as good. The outcome. And not just physically, mentally too. You feel better about yourself. I worked out today, but you know, it was just getting zapped by a machine. As opposed to, man, I worked out today. And I busted my ass. And I looking good, feeling good. You still get much better sense of accomplishment mentally. So that's why I say hard work will never, ever be able to be replaced by technology. Physically and mentally. We might get to a point it can be replaced physically. You might get great results just by letting a machine sit on you while you watch TV and work your abs out. We got a whole generation of these buff some bitches running around, but mentally they'll never feel as good. You guys get the point. Enough of that. Look at this. Oh, this duckweed's got to go. I need Whip to come over here. I need all you guys to come over here and take a bucket full of duckweed and convicts. Free convicts and duckweed, come over to the house. Lord. All right. Now, while we're still filling, we're getting duckweed out of here. Duckweed blocks a lot of light. It looks cool. I think the plant's cool. It's free food. But it is invasive. And it blocks all the lights out, which can, if you let it unchecked, kill all your other plants because it's blocking out all the dang light. Yeah, I periodically take scoops of this out and put it in the Boona tank, and they do eat it, but mostly I take it out of here and throw it over the fence. So anybody wants to come over to the house, you can have all the duckweed and convicts you would like. Some of these convicts are really pretty. They got the orange belly, blue fins. That's me duckweed bucket. I'll go ahead and run this pump down here, get this ready here. I've got a pre-filter sponge in here. This is going to need cleaned right here. I hate duckweed. Yeah, duckweed sucks. I'll trade you duckweed for the convicts. Ha! How about I just give you both? Getting ahead of the game, we're going to take this prime over. We're still filling up, so let's go ahead and we'll see on the other camera. Speech. Regular convict mixed with a polar blue tiger parrot, which the polar blue tiger parrot I learned from Discus North are bred with Honduras convicts. So I got a crap ton of babies in a 20-gallon long that are a mix of the polar blue tiger parrot, the Honduras, and regular convict. So it'll be interesting what they look like. So a mix like that, you're more than welcome to come over and get some of them too. Hey, Sketty, good to see you. All right, you too, P-Tag. Oh. P-Tag sucks. When I go to his live streams, I stay the whole time, pretty much the whole time. He comes to mine, he's here for a little bit and just fucking leaves. Just leaves me. Oh, I got things to do. Well, I'm busy too. I still come to yours and hang out. I mean, what's the excuse? These pothos roots got to get out of the way. That's done. Awesome. Feeling good. Getting some progress done here. And we're going to leave that mom be. Let's get that down in there. This tank's just about done. Let me pour the rest of the salt in here. Oh, these babooners, they love a water change. The water's looking sweet. Yeah, it's not food. They got their salt. I unfortunately dropped the plug to the FX6 behind the tank. I literally can't get that on without my daughter's help. And of course, the stupid freaking hanging the backs have to be primed. They won't fire up because they're dumb. After this tank, we're going to shoot right over here to this one. Yeah, them pothos block a lot of light out too, but I'm not going to complain about that. They're looking amazing. I'm in a jungle back. I'm in a jungle. That's irritating. Let's go ahead and shut this off. I think we're good to shut this off. Slow it down a little bit. Well, I'll have to shut it off and then go relieve the pressure at the sink or it'll start squirting over here. Which is okay. It can rinse the crap out of the sink down the drain. Isn't Joe's wife going through medical treatments? I don't know. I think that I know she was pregnant. I don't know if she's having anything like that or not. Hey, Northfin, just talking about you, buddy. Yeah, I really don't know that. It's amazing how fast time goes by. We've been live an hour 22. I was sitting here talking. Don't go that fast. I found fish floating on Monday. Was horribly depressed yesterday. I saw fish swimming and I cried. Sorry to hear about that, June. That sucks. It's always sad. But I'm different with fish. They don't affect me like birds, dogs, cats. If a fish dies for me, I'm bummed and I feel bad and it sucks and I don't want it to happen. I don't want any living thing to die. You're talking about a guy that's literally saved a drowning fly out of a toilet because I felt bad for it. But I'm bummed out, but it doesn't ruin my day like that. I don't cry over it. Now, there's certain fish that do hit harder than others. Any of these guys in here, any of my Oscars, I love all living things. But, you know, I don't get bummed out to the point I want to cry. But certainly feelings for them. June cries over her fish. See, if I got that upset over fish, I wouldn't keep fish because it's going to happen. And we, because the nuts we are, have so many tanks of fish, it's ridiculous. You'll spend your life crying. Yeah, I don't know. Is Jesse 2 still in here? Jesse 2 still in here. We don't have to do as big as a water change in this one. Jesse 2, you're still in here. Yeah, I'm not going to be adding any more fish to this tank till I get those spinnies. So I'm definitely down for that. They're going to go in here and grow out because they're going to come little. I don't want to put them in here with these boys. Update on the 375. Everyone seems to be getting along. I think in the winter months, I am going to go ahead and pull these 2 heaters out. It's going to be a long time until I can get these clown loaches over here. They're big enough they can hold their own or be left alone. So I do get some bullying from the Dempsey and the Oscar, and the parrots have a little bit of attitude, but they don't beat each other to death. They seem to be cool. This tank's looking sweet. The plants are establishing even more. Scotty is sending me some more of these big ass crypts I'm going to put in here. So shout out to Scotty when he's got a minute. No big deal. He can send them when he's ready. I told him no rush. Yeah, let's pull a little more out than that. As long as I got the pressure relieved in the sink, we're good. I don't like to keep water running, but I don't want to turn it off because I have the perfect temperature setting. Up in the corner, you'll see a QR code to my channel. Scan it, share it with friends. We need to get some more subscribers and channel members over here. And things like that, man. Things like that. You know how it is. Skeets. Everybody has a junk drawer in their house. I got a junk drawer, but what I'm doing with my junk drawer, I foamed it out. I took everything out, tired of the mess. Parents running around. I'm so happy to see that. We healed him up. And I got that RLM foam, that Kaizen foam. You guys seen it? Shadow foam, people call it. I've been doing that with a lot of things. And so I finally got irritated after fixing up the junk drawer so many times. Pulled everything out, cut a piece of foam. Now I'm cutting out each individual thing I want to keep in there. Common tools, hardware, glues, tapes, battery. Everything's going to have its own little spot in that drawer. It cannot move around, and you know where it's going to be if something's missing. I'm a big fan of organization, efficiency, and things like that. And so it was time to do that for the junk drawer. And that's what we're in the middle of doing. I got a lot of it done. Pulling a lot of crap out of there. Any of the extra tools that are in there are going to the shed. So we cleaned the pre-filter on, and it's doing good. The only reason why it's what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, we can send the water back. The only reason why the water is being diffused is because of all the potho plants in front of it. Let's see how long it takes for it to come out. Oh shit, I forgot to turn it on. There she comes. This tank is done. Close it. Close and let it fill. These guys are not going to like this. They hate this algae scraper. So I got more maintenance to do. This is just cleanings and sponge filter cleanings and water changes today. I need to go around and get the algae cleaned off the underside of my glass lids. We're on this tank right here. Hey, Jim, good to see you, buddy. Shared your live. The most I can. Appreciate you, Jim. Yeah, I got pants on today. Cooling down. Pretty soon we'll be converting that AC over to heat. And which I like because you guys know I don't like heaters. I'm going to be getting these heaters out. This goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. I still got other things to do. Heaters are coming out. We're heating the room. Don't need them. It's just a freaking money sucker. I got potho plants to trim and move and hang. I've got like jungle vow. It's got to be fixed up a little bit. We're doing the pre-filters while we're doing scrapings and water changes. That's all we're going to get done today here. This tank here, we're getting duckweed. We're scooping duckweed. It's out of here. We don't want duckweed. So this tank's filling. I got to go slow here. These guys do not appreciate algae scrapers. They freak out. I have to go real slow. The goldfish don't mind it in here, but the angelfish absolutely hate it, and they don't seem to ever get used to it. I have a little saline aquatic sign in this tank that my mom sent me, and it's just covered. Every time I fix it, they knock it over, and it gets covered with sand. All right, coming to you guys. Easy does it. It's not a big deal. Easy does it. Easy. I close the lids when I'm doing this, and I did on this tank put the trim on the back of the glass tops because I had one of these fish jump out and die. I didn't even know he was crispy on the floor, one of these angelfish, and it sucks. That's one fish, June, I was bummed out about because I raised these guys from fry. And and I think it happened when I was doing this and he freaked out and jumped out and I didn't even know it. So now I have the lids closed and I have the plastic trim on the back of the glass. Additionally, there's potho roots up there. these guys can no longer jump out of this aquarium. And there's a few of these tanks that I got to do that on and get that trim back in place. I cannot have it. I'll just have to make it cut out to go around the pot, those stems coming out of the tanks and things like that. But this tank, you know, all these tanks were getting dark, murky, a lot of algae. And not that I'm super overdue for maintenance. Like I said, I just did it on the 10th. What, 15 days ago, I just pulled water out and did water changes. And during the week, I'll come out here and scrape and things like that. I really don't think I need to do the one pre-filter on this tank, but we're going to do it anyways. We're here. All right, coming to you guys. Don't freak out about it. They're okay if I go nice and slow like this. If I go too fast, they jump and run into crap. You guys have fish like that? A lot of algae in this tank. My tanks are natural. Yeah. Is that a lazy way for saying I do less? Getting all this cleaned up. Beautiful. Run this over here. I got to get this air stone tucked down in here too. I'm tired of it being up here in my face, bro. It's all up in my business. I had an Oscar when I got these Oscars a while back, jump out too, June, and one was crispy on the floor. I was at work. I got to get this FX plugged in over here somehow. Get that pump in there. Let's get this foam out of the way. I got to get this lid back on here because when my glass lid broke, like I said, I made an acrylic lid and stuck it there. But I don't want my big Oscars jumping out because every once in a while they freak out. And that's why I tell Jim a 75-gallon is terrible for one single Oscar. Can it live in it? Sure. But when they freak out, a 220-gallon tank ain't big enough. That's why I say that. This is going to be dangerous. My ladder's inside right now, so I'm going to be getting on a 3-legged stool. I don't know fish sleep. They don't wake up occasionally. They're maniacs. I did a video on do fish sleep. Jose is giving out towels. Did he swear wear a skirt again? No skirts today. I should get one and a thong. And then tanks like this north. What do you think? Assuming that's my plug. Yeah, way down at the bottom. So, when my daughter isn't here, I have to do this. If you guys don't have one of these, you got to have one. They're great for a lot of things. Sounds great, North? Good promotional strategy. Yeah, I've already got some video because I'm playing around with that in heels up on a ladder in my wife's yoga pants. I just never posted it. Green light special, though. See, I can't reach it. Can I? Oh my God. I'm going to destroy my pothos. Or die on this fucking 3-legged stool. Got it. Plug it in. Dangerous. All right, the baby hang on the backs need help. They got to be primed. You guys are interested on my merch store. I do have the Salient One mug with my big Oscars on there. Beautiful picture. I got lots of cool mugs on there. I got a drinking glass. I got towel on there. Check it out if you want to. You don't have to. No pressure. Just throwing it out there. Got some cool things over there. Even got an FU mug over there. I like Discus North's watch. That's cool. I think he said he was going to send me one of them or something for free just because I'm his favorite American. Something. I heard something like that. I could be wrong. I'm his favorite American, so he's sending me one of them badass watches. Pretty sure I heard that. I just thoroughly cleaned these AC-110s not long ago, so they really don't need cleaned out. They were running when I... Watch out, fishies. I'm going to get splashed. They're all out up here. They hide for everybody else. When they see me, they're my buddies. I bring them food. See, I don't have a problem multitasking too. I can do all these things while draining and filling a tank at the same time as filling HOB, scraping algae. And I have never overfilled a tank ever. I'm undefeated in that arena. All right, let's plug these retarded things back in. I don't know why anybody likes a hang in the back. Garbage. I don't care who makes them. Tidal sucks, Chems, Tux, Flugels, Ace. They all suck. I said it. Come on. They require too much maintenance all the time. Canister filter all day, bro. They just work. You don't have to do shit, man. Getting a lot of comments. And you guys let me know what you think. People think I look like Caveman Aquatics. Kev over at Caveman Aquatics. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's right, because Cecil, you're a legend, and June's a legend. They know, we all know that canister filters are the best. Hang in the back filters suck. Wow, so many fish keepers and how mocha rooms. I don't know what that is, buddy. We paid slightly more for our removal of old stuff. It was costly, got both ends. June's getting it on both ends or something. Our central air system had to be replaced. It sucked. Luckily for me, June, my central air system's doing good. It's not that old. Ran by the Gemco LPH 80, but I also have a Hydra backup over there. So if that one fails, all I got to do is flip a valve, plug it in. We're good to go. But I will say the linear versus the regular air diaphragm pump is a lot more quieter and it's supposed to last longer. So, but I've tried them out. I got videos and streams on it. Apparently your house used to be a grow house. Makes sense. You're over there, California, where all them people are, June. All those druggies and things like that. Morning. So this tank is filling up. This one is draining. Very important, though, that you don't forget to shut the valve off, because the very next time you're messing around, you might forget and leave a valve on. Now you got water spewing out over your glass lids. Lights, if you got them sitting on your aquariums, which is another thing I'm getting away from. Lights sitting on my aquariums. I'm going to all these pendant lights. I love the top of my tanks free and clear. Recently took the marine land light off here and did the pendants. What's nice about that, see, I'm also going around doing some potho maintenance. What tank we going to next? we'll go ahead and get the 65-gallon Convicts. Then we'll shoot over here and get this 75. And then all we have left to do, the 20 gallons. I don't need to do that one, but I need to do that one with the babies. The 55-gallon convict tank there. We need to just do a water change and an algae scrape in the 375. Major algae scraping in the 55 tiger barb tank / clown loach tank. We'll make sure when we put the water in this tank, we're going to do it last because the water needs to be warmer. And then we're going to go ahead and do a water change in the 29 and some algae scraping. And then that'll be it for today. We've already gone coming up on, it's an hour 41. And time's just blazing by, but I enjoy it. My cats have ate my plants as soon as I get them. Oh boy. Oh, someone arrived here. Gotta go. That's bullshit. He's lying. He just don't want to be here. I don't know why you guys don't just tell me the truth. You guys know me. If you want to leave, if you don't want to be here, just say, I gotta go. You're pissing me off. I don't want to be here. You suck. It's boring. Well, it's cool. Gotta make up stories. Oh, someone's here. Oh, I got a phone call. Golden Dojo Loach is still doing real good. That's good enough for this aquarium. It's very understocked. Just like 5 angelfish and 1 loach. So we'll stop there. Coming to you, buddy. We'll go ahead and take this pump around to here. Prime. We'll open this valve. We're going to send the water. We're going to send the rain. Sorry. Yeah, see, right now I'm filling simultaneously. This one's filling and this one. But we're going to go ahead and shut this one off because that was going to take too long. So we are filling. We've got a little bit more to go here. And then we're going to go ahead and open this valve, fill this up. But I'm not going to drain yet because I'm getting too far ahead of myself because I'm too fast. My appliance texts me upgrades. It's the main reason oh my God, you got those fancy appliances. New roof leaked. My cat's Peplin, just secret room, my growing room, June. My secret room is my I have to go outside and take a pee while I'm waiting. Come on, you guys come with me. June, I've been working out, lost 10 pounds, building the muscle. So pretty soon when I do these streams, I'll be half naked for views. Fill process is definitely a bottleneck, but it'd be all right. It'd be all right. It was construction dust settling on them and took them all down, cleaned them. Whip says, don't take one of my peas. I only have 4 left the weekend this year. Well, crap. Whip, it's too late. I took one, pal. Okay, this tank is done. Now that one's going. No, it ain't. No, it is. Oh, shit. There we go. All right. Let's unplug the stupid HOB. Now, the only thing filtering this aquarium right now is 2 75-gallon sponge filters. Let's go ahead and drain it. And we are draining. While it's draining, we'll go ahead and scrape some algae-curical particulates. Algae-curical particulates. Convicts have attitude too. They don't put up with scrapers, they attack it. Oh, don't want to bang on that thermometer probably. I'm getting hungry. I'm eating less. Ground turkey, lots of vegetables, high protein, low fat foods. Instead of mayonnaise, I'm using hummus. Eating 1 sandwich a day. That's my brunch. Maybe a soup when it's colder out. Treadmill, weights. Yeah, pretty soon, June. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. These babies? No. Oh, thank God. I thought I had more convict babies. I was going to say. Good God. Kind of already scraped this earlier in the week. So it's pretty good. We'll just move this one around to this tank. This tank has the old glass syndrome. No matter what you do, it's got like a whitish look to it. This pre-filter will need to be pulled off and cleaned. Forgot to bring my cup with me. So, this one's filling, this one's draining. I need a chemistry degree to figure out how to adjust constant changes in the raw water. I only do 2 tanks a day. I mean, that's a good way to do it too. Roy says I got to do 2 tanks. Yeah, break it up. That's what I did that for a little bit too. Just do 2 or 3 tanks during the week. Don't worry about it. Another good process for sure. This is the top fin pre-filter. I have it on the on that tank. Sponge filter, to be honest. And that's also in the cards. Get rid of all the hang on the back. Well, I can't do that on the Luna tank till I get another canister filled. Ideally, I need 2 more 407. If anybody has any food with 407 canister fillers they don't want, send them my way. I'll pay shipping. Unless you're going to make me buy new ones. I can do that too, there, bro. .407 306 is probably one of my most favorite canister filters. I like the design. They don't take up a lot of space. Easy and easier to maintain. You a noisy bird. Fluid 407. It's a long, tall, skinny one. I've got one right there. I've got one running this tank. It's tall. We've drained enough out of this aquarium. Yeah, the 407 has got to be probably one of my most favorite canister filters. Okay, that's done. Let's pull this pump out. go ahead, come right around the corner and stick it in this tank. This one's almost filled back up. Priming. The filter thing I added helps, but it feels like Russian roulette. Hey, Bill, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Good to see you, buddy. Just doing some maintenance. Prime. Yeah, priming, that's for girls, you know, the priming and the hanging the back, things like that. We don't like hanging the backs in this fish room. Come on, stupid. Let's see if we can fill two at the same time. Still putting pressure here, but it's just dribbling over here. We'll leave it open. Yeah, what else? What else is going on, huh? You've noticed my cool Fox DIY foam background there. I like that. I actually use my tanks to do workout. I lay here and I had to add some 2x4s in here and here, and I can get my knees under here, and these tanks hold me when I'm doing sit-ups. Works out perfect. So I'm literally using my aquariums to work out too. 407 definitely has some popularity among fish species, but if you're going to drop 250 yeah, and I thought about that too, but sometimes Pico. Perfect example here under my 55-gallon Tiger Barb tank. I've got two full boxes storing media, things that I use in the fish room, tools. An FX4 or an FX2 would not fit in that space between those two boxes, but a 407 fits perfect. So I hear what you're saying, but sometimes you need the footprint of the filter more. Hey, Rick White, good to see you, buddy. Yep, same here, Rick White. So sometimes you need that skinnier filter to fit in certain places, and that's what I've done here. Now I could easily do an FX6 for probably an FX4 on that 55. I haven't tried the FX2s yet. Oh yeah, that makes sense to me. I forget who I greeted for a little more and get the FX6. Yeah. They're the best. You can't beat them. Sun sucks. I can't say those Oasi or Oasis. I've never tried those filters out because they're ridiculously expensive, number one. And what I've been using works well. So what the hell? Why change? This one's about filled up. All I have to do is close this valve, and then this one's going to start filling up. I already got the prime in there. I already cleaned the pre-filter to the retarded HOB. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to drain a 75-gallon in here. There's a big common pleco in here. He's not big, but he's in here by himself. I use this tank for new guys. Whatever I need. This is kind of like a free-for-all aquarium that's always cycled. Once that's done, we're going to shoot there, get that one. We're going to go up there, get that 20-gallon long, right? It's so dark, you can't see. We're going to get that duckweed out of there, clean it up. That one's fine. Then we're going to go to this 55 here that's got a lot of algae. We got to get cleaned off. Now that one's filling. So we'll go ahead and drain this one. I got duckweed in every tank now. And you know, Father Fish did this to me. He sent me duckweed, and I think he did. I think it was some kind of sick joke. I told him about it too. He's like, you know how to get rid of it? He's like, feed it to goldfish feed. I've done that. Goldfish don't even like it. However, the Mabuna will eat it a little bit, but I can't put too much in because they don't eat it a lot. This is a tank I take pot scrubber to. Tomorrow, I'll probably go ahead and do, you know, all these glass lids. Not today. I'm not going to pull too much out of this tank. I won't have to pull much out of this tank. We are going to get the pre-filter off, clean it. Oops. Oh. Boy, you can really hear that. Once I pulled this sponge pre-filter off, you could really hear that filter take off. Less resistance on it. Yeah, if you're still here, this utility sink on Amazon, I think it was. Can hold an 89. Lots of room to work. I put dual faucets on it. Lots of different options. The good thing about this too is I fixed the one leak that I had. And birds out of here, I'll fix the PVC leaks that I have in the fish room. I can't do the priming and gluing needed with her here. It's too bad of a smell. It's alright. It's alright. Noisy bird. Excuse me. Man, that's bang. That FX4 is banging. I cleaned it. Marked down when I cleaned my canister filters, and it is raging. This one still filling. I don't see why I need to take much more than that out of this tank. We'll take more out though. Okay, I'm gonna have to close this lid. That FX4 is really shooting, man. I got 2 tanks for one guy. The best was 4 FX6s. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Dennis, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. I like having spares too. That's a good deal, Whip. $185. Shoot. I've gotten a quad dealer around here. He gets his hands on. I don't want to reveal too much, but he gets his hands on some filters that are new. He sells them at a ridiculously good price to me. He's my aquatic dealer. That's right. Gotta use your resources, you know. think I got a free filter on the. Yes, I do. Where the hell is it? It's all wrapped up in Hawthorne roots. It's gonna be a pain. God. I gotta shut that off. Look at this. Roots of these pothos plants grow straight through this sponge filter. I gotta pull. That's crazy. You grew all through there. That convict tank's still filling, but look at this. See the roots? They were going through clear to the other side. It's a little warmer, but the temperature's decent. Let's go clean this one off. That one wasn't really that bad, but hi, Skeets. I got 4 clown roaches. I got a Jack Dempsey too. Yeah, he's right there where I gotta be. Wow. This is like encased. Looks cool though. Pothos roots and duckweed stuck to it. It's just a pain because you gotta fight it. You want to put this back on. That's done. This is still much faster maintenance, even though I got to use the sink instead of a hose, than it ever was at any other point in my fish room. I'm always misplacing my towel. What do you guys do with my towel? It's right here. Gotta stop that. Might be getting a funk jack. Funk jack. A funk jack. Corey Cats are loving this cherry shrimp tank. We're getting to be full. Let's get a cup and prime this filter. Watch out, guys. Honestly, I should probably clean these. Not bad. Because the pre-filter don't get too dirty in here. That'll be enough. We'll go ahead and plug that back in. Cap full prime in here. Let's open this valve up. Close this one. We are filling. So next we're draining. This tank is ran by a 407 canister filter. Don't have to do anything special. We're going to take this over to the Tiger Barb tank, get ready to do it. I think it's too high for the drainage. I drain to the yard. Yeah. I drilled a hole out through my house, ran the drain out. And it's doing good. But I bought a utility sink, as you can see there. Backsplashes all around it. Bird cage is to the right of that sink. Jeremy from Aquarium Domain is the only keeper person I know who has grown out electric blue jack Timsons successfully. Most everyone else gets them about 3 to 4 inches, and then they just fall apart genetically. Well, that's interesting information because I kind of was interested in getting a couple of those. My Dempsey, I don't know if you guys can see him here. He's not electric blue, but beautiful fish. I forget what's the other one. Starry Night, and then what the hell's the name of the other ones? The other one, they're all both pretty. Midnight, Starry, Midnight shit and thing. I don't know. But we will go ahead and drain this aquarium in a little bit. Just fill the process a little slower. As you can see here, I use the Flipper Algae Max on my big 375 acrylic tank because it's got a stronger magnet. I do have the plastic scraper for the hand one if I need it. I am seeing that this algae is being a little stubborn. I reduced the lighting in this aquarium as well, down from 4 to 3. I reduced lighting in all aquariums. I decreased an hour. So 1 hour less the lighting is on because I was getting too many algae issues, and I have seen a major difference just by reducing the timers back an hour. I'm going to have to get in here with something else to scrub. While that tank's filling up, I'll take some time to see what I got here. The 375. Brown algae will come off. The green spotted algae is a little tougher. Oh, come back. Come back. No, come back. It's 3/4 inch thick acrylic. Gotcha. Come on. That was close. I was out to go fishing. We'll just go ahead and run. And this 375, I do have a tool. I put a short out on how to reach the bottom of this tank using PVC and running Python hose through it to reach the bottom. Real easy. Works well. But could I stand to suck some crap out of this? Sure. But I do have a couple power heads running in this aquarium to kind of make the flow, pick everything up, and send it to the inlet of the filter. Of course, you're not going to get it all. And there's a big old pleco in here that poops his ass off, literally. But today I'm not going to suck anything out. I'm just going to pull some water out and put some water in. Just do a nice big water change for it. when cleaning the acrylic, of course, you don't want to use glass cleaner. They'll try to tell you you need to use an acrylic cleaner. You don't need to do that. A 50-50 mix of water and distilled white vinegar makes a great cleaner for acrylic that's safe for it. And it works really well, and it's a lot cheaper. Of course, I'm having to use the felt end of this scraper. And I can't use the metal scraper. It'll scratch the acrylic. So I'm unable to get more stubborn stuff. I definitely can't use the pot scraper on here, the pot scrubber. So I'm going to have to get in there with my handheld platinum flipper scraper and put the plastic scraper on it. See here, you just pull that one off. Put this one on. Hey, Dennis, I love my Jack Dempsey. He comes up out of the water to grab my food. Yeah, I like mine too. He's pretty cool. Can be a little bit of a bully. The regular Z-Jacks were great fit. I had no issues at all. Audio is clicky. Is it still, or is it okay now, Sketty? Is it still all right? Give me feedback on the audio, Sketty. See all that algae building up. Audio is still good, guys? Let me know. Yeah, this is stubborn algae, but just coming off with this. I have a telescoping one of these from Petco years ago, but it's plastic. I can't use it for this aquarium. I have to invest in the longer flipper platinum. I just need the tool. I don't need anything else. They sent me everything else. They sent me these to do a video on. Can't quite reach. Make a bigger one. Oh, God. Might as well leave this lid off, so we'll be putting a pump in here next. Let's go ahead and drain some of this. My Jack's had fries with the Oscars watching. Their audio hasn't been great for about a half. Really? It's flipped. How about now? Is that better? It flipped outside of my shirt. Does that sound better? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Does that sound better? Does that sound better? Let me know. Let me know. It was flipped upside down. the mic was away from me, so now I turned it. How about now? Might have to like wear a hat or something to clip it on a hat so it stays put. It's not terrible, just glitchy once in a while. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. These are fully charged mics, so I don't understand why. It was working good for the most part at the beginning, huh? Don't need to do a real big water change. It's still cutting out. It's clipping. I wonder why. All right, hold on a second. How's that? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Yeah, I knew it was out. I turned the mic off and changed to a different one. Does this sound better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's saying it's working. I'm unmuted. Change the mic. Does this sound better? Yes? Cool. I don't know what's going on with that one. This one is done. Let's plug the FX4 back in. And we're going to go ahead. Might as well just go ahead and drain the 375. Because we're right here. No sense in moving to the other side of the room when we've got one more to do here. Of course, I am going to have to up the warmth on this water coming in. This one's filling. We need this. We need this. I am not muted. It's saying I'm working. I'm unmuted. And Skitty answered me. He's still glitching, right? Or is it just me? Skitty said it sounded better. Yo. Says it's working on my end. Glitches? Well, obviously it is something. Something on the computer end. Hold on. How's that? Let me know how this sounds. Hello. We are muted. I am on the fixed mic. Yeah, maybe the Bluetooth is going up. But I'm unmuted. Just saying this one's working. This is fixed. This is hardwired to the computer. How's it going? How's this sound? Sounding better? Testes. 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't know what's going on now. Wasn't glitchy when I first started. I've tried 3 different mics now. It's gotta be something going on with StreamYard or something. Yeah, if the audio is messing up, we've been on 2 hours, 22 minutes. I'm draining this tank, filling that one. I only got 3 more tanks to do, so I'm probably going to go ahead and just end the live stream. I don't know sure what the problem is, but everybody has tech issues sometimes. So appreciate you guys coming. You're the best. Thanks for hanging out with me and chatting with me during this process. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to finish these last few tanks and get to work. So thanks again. You're the best. We'll see you next Saturday. Hopefully the dang audio is working better. So appreciate you. We'll see you